Listen here, T-Fat. Bloop! Bloop! Damn it! I don't know how he does that. Okay. Finish the Beast Shockwave review, then we talk. TF. Well, I guess I'm gonna do this review first. Well, Dark of the Moon Shockwave is currently not right here with us. I wonder how he's doing. What is this technology? Open! Huh. Anyways, so we're going to take a look at probably one of the coolest looking Shockwaves ever out there. This is Transformers Prime, Beast Hunters, Voyager class, Shockwave. So let's take a closer look at this guy, shall we? And here's Shockwave in his alt mode, and as you can see, he's a Cybertronian tank. I will say this isn't the best alt mode for a Shockwave. I think the best mode is the Warfare Cybertron Shockwave. But this one's not horrible, I guess. It's not that I would say it's a bad design, but it could have been way better. First off, the arms on the side. I mean, that alone just looks horrible, but we have seen this in alt mode. I think they designed the toy first, and then the actual tank mode, because this just looks like they pulled something simple together just for the toy's sake, just so that they can really just produce it easily, I guess. And it's very tragic alt mode, but I don't think it's the worst transformation out of all of them. It's just the weirdest and not really complex. It's not at all. I mean, you got the legs here, you got the back here, you got the arms on the top and the bottom of the body. It's not complex in any way. But it's okay, I guess. You know, it's got this little cannon on the top there, which can spin. And when you spin it, it does open up. Let's show you what it looks like inside, so that's kind of cool. If you have a light on the top here, there's a little bit of a crack sometimes, and it mostly happens when it's on this little hitch underneath, so that it does kind of stay in place, but still has the ability to rotate and whatnot. But when you have a light source above it, the actual cannon sort of glows, and especially when you spin this around, as you can see, it's dark in the middle of that, but when you spin it, it goes brighter, brighter, so that's kind of cool. And you also get these orange armor bits, which I know a lot of people don't like. Hold on, there we go, just to make it look more professional, I guess. I know a lot of people don't like the armor bits, and I'm like, yeah, I'm okay with it. It's not too horrible. I kind of like it more in alt mode. It just looks more proper in alt mode. In robot mode, it's fine. I leave it on and makes them bulky and raw. So I don't hate the armor, but I can see obviously why a lot of people won't like it. It's just, why do they even need to put on it? It's mainly just to call it Beast Hunters, but they don't do that for the Legends toys. So why do it for all the Voyagers, I guess? It rolls okay, the tires, I guess, and there's the head. Wow, great hiding spot for the head, and I think it's alright, actually. And overall, it's not horrible, but I wish they did put a little bit more time into it and not just make a alt mode. I do like how the chest goes right here, but I think that was mostly to put it with the armor. So, not tragically bad. I don't hate it. Transformation is okay. I mean, I like some parts of the transformation, but otherwise it just seems very simplified. Until you go onto the robot mode, and that's where all hell breaks loose. Whoa, 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 whoa! That's when all hell breaks loose. So let's go into the robot mode.
I'm telling you, Knockout, he has something planned for me. I can feel it.
I was just wondering, why are you talking to me about this?
Because none of the Viacons care.
I don't care.
Yeah, well, all the Vacons are generic, so if one doesn't care, then I get the feeling the other one doesn't care.
How does that make sense?
Well, in any case, I do feel that Shockwave is planning my doom. I think he's trying to take over my role.
Really? Well, there he is. And he's hard at work. Oh, hello, my fellow Decepticons. It's a nice day we're having here.
Oh, yes, very nice. Go back to work, Shockwave.
As you wish.
See, Knockout, planning my doom!
Look here, TF. I worked really hard. Bloop.
And here's Shockwave, and oh my god, I have this figure in robot mode! And, well, as I said before, very glad to have him. This is like the definitive Shockwave. If you do not have this figure, I feel sorry for you. There's, not a lot selling, which is very odd. I would be happy if more people could get this figure, but apparently he's so rare that not a lot of people are getting him. But I personally love the look of this figure. I feel like he needs a neck, though, just because all this purple right here, it doesn't feel like... It just feels like... I don't know, just something about that doesn't make me feel like it's the actual Shockwave that I saw in Transformers Prime. It actually looks like he's more happy. Happy like the Teletubbies. Oh, look into my eye. Oh, I'm so happy. Yeah, that's weird. But let's zoom out and take a better look at him. So here he is. This is a really cool looking toy. I gotta say, very impressed. Now, you can make him taller by pulling out the legs, but it doesn't really make him as tall as I originally hoped. There are a few problems with this figure, but if you have to get a Shockwave, this is a figure to get, because it's just overall so brilliant, and, well, it's just logical. This guy is really cool. Yes, very logical. Oh my god, look at that light piping. Oh, look at that. Oh, you can see the light. Oh. Anyways. So, really cool. You can put on the Beast armor. I'm not going to do that throughout the entire video, but here's a... Hold on, I'll attach the little claws first. Here's it with the little claws, and here's him with his little chest armor. Now, the claws can snap on just fine. It's the chest armor that seems to want to pop out more often than anything else. But I gotta say, it's not as horrible as what I thought. I would recommend, if you're gonna put on the armor, recommend the Takara version just because it's black. But the orange one, if you like the armor, it's not horrible. If you like it, then go ahead, get this figure. And put on the chest armor. You know, you don't have to have that chest armor, but I put it on. It just makes it more complete, and it makes him really bulky and stand out, and it's really cool, actually. So I don't hate the Beast armor. He's got, hold on. He's got, this one cannon arm, which does its normal thing. Whoosh! And then he's also got this other hand, and the other hand is actually pretty creepy, so I kind of like that. Kind of hard to do his experiments with one hand, but you know what? If he can do that, if he can fix his own eye with just the one hand, I'm very satisfied. Now, with the articulation, he does have normal articulation. This rotates, but it doesn't rotate that well. Unless you move that up, or take out the rubber chest armor. I think it's actually... out and in. And this is actually on the spring, so it folds down when you move that. So that's really cool. Rotation joint, elbow. This is on a ball joint, but I wouldn't recommend moving it so much. On this arm, it's got the same articulation up here. And then down here, it's got a rotation joint at a different spot, rotation joint here, and elbow articulation. For some reason, it moves backwards further than it does forwards. Head just rotates, so you got that. And the leg articulation, which is what I wanted to show off, is really not the greatest. It ratchets, and it doesn't make for the best articulation. Moves forward and back just fine, rotates. But it's just, I don't know, just something about that. It kind of wants to click back into place for some reason. It's got an elbow joint or knee joint, and it rotates here, and the foot rotates like that. So that is a cool figure worth having. Woo, 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 woo. Would I recommend it? Well, let's go to my overall review. So overall, do I highly recommend Transformers Prime Beast Hunter Shockwave? Absolutely. I love the figure, but I just kind of skipped the fact that we might bicker so much that I've grown to respect Dark Moon Shockwave. Now I'm getting fired. Before you snap your fingers, I've already done the Shockwave review, so there's no point in doing the thing. Well, what do you want? What I want? What I want is to know if you're firing me. No, I'm not firing you. What? You're not getting fired, but, you're no longer doing toy reviews. From doing why? Well, first off, it's so I can work on bigger projects like TF Assassins, Skits and Mudflap Show, What's Up Prime, check those out later on, and other stuff like that. What? People love me, right? Random cameo. Ow! Well, if you really believe that, here's what some people had to say about you.
You made fun of Bumblebee.
Well, it's for comedy reasons.
'Cause you made fun of Americans.
It was just a joke.
You made fun of Wasminator.
Well, Wait, did I? I don't think I did.
Well, you should have.
You poke fun at Shockwave.
You made fun of Renomuck, which is a crappy figure, but I still want a cameo.
You should have gave me something to be mad about.
Please. What do you YouTubers know about making videos? I'm not helping my point on right. But it's not that. It's the fact that you haven't found your inner reviewer. My inner reviewer? What is that, like some Jedi shit? Well, you know how I can snap my fingers and something would just appear like that? That's me channeling my inner reviewer. And until you're able to do that, you're not a real reviewer. You're just a simple clone of mine. An everyday clone, if you will. But please, no BUTTs. I take your jacket away, and I'll see you next time when you can actually channel your inner reviewer.
Bloop. Bloop. Bloop.
Ugh, this needs a good wash. Channel my inner reviewer? What the hell is that Jedi Lord of the Rings shit? I sure am gonna miss him. Oh well. The jacket will appear in my hand. God, that jacket smells. He's probably gonna be out for revenge against me. Oh well. Nothing he can do till he channels his inner reviewer. Oh well. Well. I guess... Oh shit.